The Bone Ornament Killer, a detective's 12-year obsession murder. It's the ugliest word in the English language for the ugliest business on God's green earth. And when you find it wrapped up in Christmas lights and holiday cheer, well, that's when you know you're dealing with a special kind of animal. My, homicide. December 23rd, 1991. Frostburg, Ohio. Population small enough that the local paper still prints who's visiting who for Sunday dinner. The Miller family were what we call salt of the earth people, the kind who still believed in leaving their doors unlocked. Right up until 8:17 p.m., when the phone rang and their world went sideways. Elizabeth Miller picks up to hear a voice colder than the Ohio winter. Your presents are coming early this year. Click. Now, in my line of work, we have a saying. There's two kinds of people who make anonymous calls, pranksters and predators. This one? Definitely not pulling any pranks. Next morning, old Henry Miller finds his daughter-in-law Susan posed in the snow like some kind of twisted holiday display. Ice in her hair, arms crossed, peaceful-like, except for that ornament dangling from her fingers, red glass with gold trim, identical to the ones on the Miller family tree. And that's when I knew we weren't dealing with a crime of passion. This was somebody's idea of art. The autopsy told a cruel joke. She'd been dead since before that phone call ever came in, which meant our killer wasn't just murdering, he was staging. And in my 30 years, I've learned one absolute truth. Staging is for audiences, and this animal wanted one. We turned that town inside out. The husband? As clean as a preacher's conscience, with 37 witnesses to prove it. The brother? Couldn't organize a 2-car funeral, let alone this kind of display. Then there's Harold Dinsmore, neighbor, loner, and, according to half the women on the block, creepier than a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. But here's the problem with small towns. Everybody knows everybody, and nobody wants to point fingers. Dinsmore's alibi? Watching It's a Wonderful Life. Ironic, considering. No prints, no fibers, no murder weapon. Case went colder than Susan's corpse. 12 years pass. Then fate, or maybe the devil himself, gives us a break. Dinsmore's trailer burns down, and what do firefighters find? A metal box under the floorboards with 37 Polaroids of Susan Miller, shopping, smiling, living, and one photo that made my blood run colder than that December morning, that same damn ornament hanging on Dinsmore's own tree. We bring him in, older, balder, same dead fish eyes. Just keepsakes, he says. Then I slide that ornament photo across the table and watch his pupils blow wide. Funny thing, Harold. Technology marches on. We found a partial on the glass. His reaction? Well, let's just say the truth hurts, but a confession hurts worse. 27 minutes later, we've got the whole ugly story. How he'd been watching her for months. How he'd stolen that ornament weeks before. How he'd strangled her while Christmas carols played on the radio. Wanted her to look peaceful, he says. Peaceful. Like that word meant anything coming from his mouth. Dinsmore died in prison last year. Saved the state a lethal injection bill. But here's what keeps my boots on the ground. Those other photos. 37 moments frozen in time. Makes you wonder. How many close calls came before Susan? How many near misses before he worked up the nerve? People ask why I still do this job after all these years. It's simple. Evil doesn't retire, and neither do I. Somebody's got to stand between the monsters and the rest of you. Somebody's got to care about justice for Susan Miller and all the others like her. And as long as there's breath in my body, that somebody's going to be wearing my badge. If you've got the stomach for more stories where the bad guys lose and justice wins, hit that subscribe button. Because like I always say, there's two kinds of people in this world, those who can look evil in the eye, and those who pretend it doesn't exist. I know which side I'm on.